Or they try to.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Pittsburgh Business Virgin. We are here with CJ Patrick, the President and Chief Technical Officer. We got a lot to cover here in the last segment. So, CJ, we talked a little bit about before how you came to where you're at in the company, but also maybe a year and a half ago, you had some other employees, you had some other challenges come upon through the absorption of another company. Tell us a little bit about how your workforce had to adapt and how you handled that.
Right. Brady Communications was a competitor of ours that closed its doors in March of 2010. We found out the day that they were closing and got the opportunity to go over to their office, and we actually interviewed about 30 people in 3 hours and ended up hiring 14 of them, which was a great addition to our team.
I'm listening to you. I just find that to be really odd. I mean, if you're closing the doors, why wouldn't they look to try to get some money out of the business, and or why wouldn't, if you're closing doors, why wouldn't you try to get your employees to?
Well, the owner had unfortunately John Brady had passed away in January, and
Gotcha.
it was the estate was essentially closing the doors
Jeez.
due to some other issues that had cropped up. And
Sounds like a financial planning opportunity that was unfortunately was not taken care of. But anyway,
and
we digress.
so what where we ended up with was we had 14 new employees from a very different culture. And what we had to do was find a way to essentially mesh our existing culture in with theirs in a very rapid manner, because their clientele, most of which had come over, were scrambling, for lack of a better term. And we're really looking for, okay, who is this new company? Can they do our work? And so we had to prove ourselves right away.
It was important to retain some of those key relationships too with the prior employees.
Absolutely. And so what we did was, and what I had done was essentially intermix the project teams immediately. I stuck everyone in a large room. They were all sitting together, and with the different project teams, I had a mixture of the existing Quest Fore employees and the ex-Brady employees, and really forcing them to get to know each other, get to work well together, and enforcing our policies, enforcing our standards, but getting them all to work with with each other.
Collaborative manner.
Exactly, and really after the first round or two of projects, that the us and them mentality went away in a hurry.
What is that time frame when you say first round or two of projects? How
We
long
were
did
about
that-
2 months that
Okay.
we had it's the Quest Fore people and the Brady people. That mentality.
They all
was
wait on
there.
one side of the cafeteria. And
Yeah, it was a similar
As
situation.
an owner of a business, that gets old fast.
Oh, very, very fast.
It just gets very old. I mean, I dealt with that in my prior career, and you try your best, but some people are just tough, and that's where you got to decide who needs to be on the team and not be on the team. Also,
Right.
How do you grow? How do you market yourself? So here's a marketing firm. How do you market?
A lot of different ways. The best way for us is to be able to get in front of somebody. We have a lot of great experience. We have a lot of great projects that we can show, and where we found the best scenario for us is getting that meeting and getting our foot in the door. Just to
How
be
do you
able
do
to,
that, though? Is it cold calling? Is it mailers? Is it?
It's referral. It's
Banging
cold
on
call.
doors?
It's banging
Okay.
on doors. It's the funny thing about the marketing world is traditional marketing of media isn't terribly effective for us. And you'll know a lot of people don't know the names of a lot of the marketing firms around town purely unless they've had to use them, purely because we don't advertise, because it hasn't proven itself effective. And so it's a lot of it's cold calling. A lot of it is, say we service someone very well at a company and then they go to a new company. That's how we spread a lot of our business, and that's been the most effective manner where we can.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We keep up those relationships and service the people, our clients, well, and eventually we will spread.
How do you motivate? So you got a team of salespeople.
Mm-hmm.
How do you motivate them to get out of their comfort zone and go bang on doors, make those phone calls, get uncomfortable?
Well, I think part of it is we have an inside sales group that that does a lot of the cold calling for us. So we have essentially two different levels of sales reps, where some are doing the cold calls and the introductions, and then others are going to the meetings and also working our existing relationships. And so we have two different types of sales execs, and so that's one way we do it.
And you make their compensation based on, or is it a result based?
Yes, it's
approach?
a very heavily commission based pay structure. Obviously, that is incentive enough for
Most professional salespeople.
Right.
Yeah. Retaining customers.
Service.
What's
Deliver.
that look like?
You have to right up front set an expectation, and then deliver on that expectation, and be communicating the whole time. Never surprise a client with a bill.
Surprise a client with a bill.
So it's always being upfront with what it's going to cost them. If things start to go off track, let them know right when it's going off track, and that's really how to retain retain clients. Anytime you
solid communication.
Absolutely.
One word. I'm going to put you on the spot. One word that makes you different than your competitors.
I would
The
say
answer is
I would say trust.
Trust. Okay. His name is CJ Patrick. He is the president of Quest Fore Quest Fore. Quest Fore
Strategic marketing. Yep.
Strategic marketing. Jeez. If you have marketing needs, and you're looking, whether it be getting a piece out, or web development,
Right.
or if you
Video
want to produce
production.
your own Pittsburgh Business Virgin web show,
Yep.
you're the guys to talk to.
We're the guys to talk to.
And you can talk to them and contact them at www.questfore.com. CJ, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, CJ.
Good luck.